a good thing. Thank you very much, and thank you, the Governor of Abia State, for coming up with the idea of going the same way the world economy is going.
Okay, thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning to you. Yes, good morning.
It's Maria.
Good morning.
I'm coming from Promise.
Okay, what's your name, please?
Promise.
What's your name, please?
Promise.
Promise, you're welcome. All right, go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, it's a question. I just want to add Dr. Avenue.
Hello? Promise.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead, please. Ask a question.
I want to ask about the Google training. When are they having it?
About what?
The Google training.
The Google training, okay.
Could you emphasize that, Honorable Commissioner?
You know, government or the act of governance is a continuum.
Okay.
I was on the saddle. I'm no longer on the saddle.
Yeah, the
but
immediate
I
past,
spoke with the permanent secretary yesterday.
Okay.
And she sounded so passionate about implementing the program.
Okay.
The program, they will update today. The program will kickstart before the handover date. We package it for it to be part of the high points of the governor's swearing in program for the new term. So it is on track, it is on course.
Okay. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, Samson and the gentleman in the house.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's Alvan. I'm calling you from Bend.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, I must say, Michael, that the administration of Governor Bazo have really impacted on the youth. You know, trying to make them to realize that there is a power in creativity. I think it's a step in the right direction. Even the small and medium-scale enterprise, you see that the youth are the major people driving the whole thing. Of course, we are happy with the relationship, you know, with other state government and that of federal, and that all the social investment program is really working. So it's something to be happy about. Of course, the Ministry of Youth Development, they are very, very focused. And I must believe that these global training will be sustained and realized, because it's really going to impact on the youth. So the governor have a whole lot of programs for the youth. It is now left for the youth to make sure that they support this administration, and to whom much is given, much is expected also. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Chief Judum Dukwe. I'm calling from Omahia.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I must commend the two gentlemen there with you in the studio, Honorable Daniel Bani and Chineye Nwogu, for a job well done. I think with men like this, the work of the governor is made easier when you have people who share the same vision with the governor, people who have the same passion with him, people who want to also succeed the way the governor wants to succeed. I think it makes the Abians happier. I want to also commend the governor for the Imba Economic City project. That project is a project for tomorrow. It's a project that will eventually make Abians particularly sustainable and particularly independent of the oil that we all depend on in this country. Because it is predicted that oil will soon dry off and people are moving away from the use of crude oil. Governor Kizzy Ekpazu has looked forward and seen this, being a visionary leader, and decided to create this economic city that will help us to mitigate the shock that will come from the non-use of oil by, the entire world. So Abia is on the right trajectory, and we must commend the governor and his team for looking beyond today to ensure that they sustain our tomorrow, and the good thing. And I want to commend the people there with you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution.
Okay, gentlemen, as we progress, let's try to set an agenda for the second-term administration of Governor Kizzy Ekpazu. Chineye Nwogu, what should we expect? What should we expect going forward? You've talked about what is on ground now, the Imba Economic City and all that. So what should we expect this time around?
Well,
like he said, this a continuation government, because of the sterling performance of Governor Ikpeazu within the past 4 years. Abians, in their numbers turned out and re-elected him to continue to drive the things he's driving. And the governor has consistently said that nothing will change. But what will change is the vigor and the focus. The vigor and focus. So, of course, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. So, we're going to redouble our efforts in trying to ensure that the results of targets of these programs are achieved. So, for example, the shoe factory, like I said, in the next 100 days, we're going to have the shoe factory up and running. The Enyimba Economic City, within the next 4 years, we would have seen a lot of life into that project. So, close to 20% of the figure we quoted for employment would have, more than 50% would have been engaged. We will see a lot of emphasis on creativity, because we noticed that the greatest asset in this state is the people of Abia. It's not the oil, it's not the agricultural produce that we have, it's the Abia people. We noticed that the Abians, consists of some of the most ingenious and creative people you can ever find anywhere in the world. So we want to build on that comparative advantage, leverage on it to position our people to compete globally. We are doing that nationally in our education. You see, Abia is coming back-to-back tops on national exams. We are going to do that in SME and in the creative industry to position our people, sharpen their skills to compete globally. And, so those are some of the things that Abians should expect. For me, I like to say this. I like to see a situation where we have robust funding for youth development programs, and that should come outside the line budgeting processes. For example, we could, I'm sure that the commissioner is thinking around having a youth development trust fund.
Yeah.
That will come from contribution from all Abians. You run like a social insurance kind of thing, where you and everyone,
captains of industry,
everybody will contribute to projects that engage our youth, productively, and skill training centers, smart skill training centers. We're going to invest heavily in digital Abia, in trying to equip our young people with digital skills to play roles in the global space. Let me just give you this. One of the piercing strength in the IG hub in Aba today,
so they about a billion naira.
$1 billion naira. So the company in UK recently for over $1 billion naira. ICT platform. So these are the kind of things we are going to be seeing in the coming years. So I think Abians are in good hands with Okezie Ikpeazu. And let me also say this: these are things that we don't talk about. When you go to developed clients like the US and Europe, they are no longer talking about road construction, hospitals, and schools.
These are settled issues.
These are settled issues. They are talking about psychological issues, and those are the things for which leaders are rated. If you take history of this state, you will notice that Okezie Ikpeazu is the governor, one governor that gave young people a rumors platform
to
and
express
opportunity
themselves,
to participate in governance. When we did our local government election, 90% of the councillors elected in the local government are under 30. That is history. If you look at his cabinet, if you look at the guys running the show within this government, you will see that a lot of young people are giving room to operate and latitude to express their innate qualities and abilities. And because we have a governor that is a listening governor, a governor that gives you room, if you have a skill and talent, he gives you room to express it to the highest level. He's not afraid to engage the smartest of young people in the state. He's not afraid of, he's not intimidated, rather, by you expressing and exhibiting those competencies that you have. So this is the kind of generational leader that we have in Abia today. So in the coming years, we are going to see more expression and exposure of smart young Abians from all spheres of human endeavor, plying their hands and their trade to put Abia on the global map.
All right, and now to you, the immediate past commissioner for the Ministry of Youth Development in Abia State. I know, according to what you've said, you've done a lot in the ministry for the past 4 years or thereabout.
No, for the past 2.5 months.
2.5 months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what exactly do you think is the low point, and you think it can be improved on by your by the next person that will be on that particular seat?
Or if it's him too.
If it's him too, so.
You see, it is not an issue that is exclusive. What I'm about saying is not an issue that is exclusive to the ministry.
Okay.
You see, the work attitude of the average civil servant is not encouraging. When you are looking up to government for payments and remunerations, you must put in your own best. Your efforts should be commensurate to the expectations of remunerations you have. A situation where red tapeism and bureaucratic bottlenecks slow down the enthusiasm, the zeal in the management of a ministry or parastatal or corporation, at the long run would not mean any good to the system. So there is need to change and restructure the civil service for optimum productivity. And now let me still go back to some of the programs we left behind. You see, the high point of this training of 300 Abia youths is that after the training, once you are certified by Google, you have employment. You'll be earning hard currency from the comfort